I was dealing with um, knee problem like patellar tendonitis, very very common amongst high jumpers, and I did I did a lot of research. I tried numerous different things like knees over toes and all that stuff, and it did help to an extent, but it still felt like something was like missing, and it still was like lingering, and I wasn't able to like fully resolve it.
Mhm.
And then that along with like my body just not really like feeling connected as I wanted it to. I kind of explain it as like a feeling of like limitlessness when you could kind of just get your body to do anything that you want it to do without having to think about it. Well, I used to be in that state
Mhm.
like before I started this program where I had to think about like everything that I did, and it just created like a lot of problems. But as I started this program, I've been regaining that ability, like that limitlessness feeling, where I feel more and more confident in my body to be able to do things that um, I want it to do. So that's
Gotcha.
basically kind of like the what's been going on. But yeah,
Right. You did a high jump for 5 years, and you also, how long did you have the knee pain for?
so I've actually been high jumping for a really long time. But just counting since college,
Hmm.
um, I started college in 2016, and I've been out for a little bit now. But 2016, I was high jumping, and I was only doing high jump in college. But before that, I was doing like in high school, I was doing like high jump, long jump, triple jump,
Right.
hurdles, all that stuff. But high jump was my best event, so that was what I was focusing on in college. And within like all those 7 years, I pretty much had knee pain like back and forth. Sometimes some years I'd have it, some years I won't. Some seasons I have it, some seasons I wouldn't.
Right.
And it was really frustrating because like it's like you just never knew what you were gonna get, or I never knew what I was gonna get.
Right.
um, yeah, so like that, I've been dealing with it for a long time.
And how do you feel? Like what week you started to feel, oh, my this problem, this weak knee, this patella
Mhm.
tendonitis knee is getting better. I'm feeling stronger, and you have more confidence with it.
So so before I even started the program,
Hmm.
because this is what like gave me uh faith in your program. I did the basic three HFT exercises along with the rolling,
Right.
and just off of that, like within a week, I was already feeling like oh shoot, this guy knows what he's talking about. Like this is actually something that works, and it had like immediate results. So then
Wow.
it was kind of like a no brainer for me to be like, you know what, got to make the investment and to get into the program so I could actually fix it for good.
Got it. Got it. So obviously you're in this you're trying to compete, and you're trying to get your body back 100%. And at what week did you see that results coming in? Was it around the milestone weeks that we talked about before the starting the
Mm-hmm.
program?
So you're asking about like just my body in general.
Right. Like how did the response to the stimulation and the training?
I mean, it's I think the biggest week for me was probably like around like week 8, because that was when like my body, like the neurological connection was like actually established, like pretty much like fully at that point,
Hmm.
to where I would use like my foot to glute connection, just doing like normal stuff around the house. Like I could be walking up the stairs, I could be washing the dishes and stuff, and I
Hmm.
would feel like the different parts of my body that we work on. I'd feel them activating, like without even me having to think about it.
Right.
And that was like, that was the point where I was like, okay, like I started getting like more and more excited. But even first starting out the program, like it kind of seemed like every time I did the exercises, because you know, like there's like a few exercises in the program that you do every time. Every time I did them, it's kind of like I felt something different, and
Right.
it kind of felt like it was like moving up the body, and it was like checking off like a list of like the different like muscle groups, and like just the area. Like for example, like well, when I first started the towel curls, I only felt it in my feet, and then
Right.
after that went away, I started feeling it in my calf, and after that went away, I started feeling it like in my like front shin, and then like it kind of like started just like moving up and up, and it was like checking off the boxes, and then there was even some points where I kind of felt like it would go up to like I'd have a feeling in or sensation in the glutes at one point, and then like my body would be like, wait, you forgot about this, and then it would like the next time I do it, it would like be at a part that's like lower in my body, and then it kind of felt like it was making kind of like micro adjustments along the way. So that was really interesting to kind of see how my body was reacting during the weeks.
Perfect. So, we talk about a concept which mainstream, usually they ignore, which is the
Mm-hmm.
fascia research on the glutes.
Yep.
80% fascia inserts and the gluteus maximus they don't directly connect to the femur, the bone, right?
Mm-hmm.
20% connect through the tuberosity, through the femur, but majority of it, 80%, is on the fascia
Mm-hmm.
lata and fascia inserts. Now, when you do this training, does that modern autonomy help you understand why you're feeling this way now?
It does, and like I mean, just like I was saying, like in around like week 8, I was able, like I could feel like my glutes like just um like what would you call it? I could feel them like being used, and,
Mhm.
and before they weren't, and like yeah, it's just such a different feeling that
Right, but
like it just proves, yeah.
right. One thing very important to mention is that you have been doing Division 1 level of weight training for all these years, right?
Mhm.
I mean, obviously you guys work on the glutes,
Yeah,
but this is very different,
it
isn't
is
it?
different. Yeah, yeah, and it's interesting because I mean, remember back when we did the assessment, like I would do like a squat and I didn't feel anything there. It was like literally just quads and lower back.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean,
right. Because we did assessment, it wasn't very dominant, but now it is.
yeah.
Great. And one part towards the end, it's very exciting is we did multiple runs, multiple
Hmm.
sprints, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
talk about that experience a little bit. I mean, before, I mean, if somebody asked you to run 5 times or 10 times, you would
Hmm.
think that the more you run towards the end, you will be gassed out, you'll be slower. But talk about your result.
Yeah. So when we did the sprints, um, I would have 5 reps every time I was assigned to sprints, and I was also assigned to time them. Um, and I believe I timed it like as accurate as I possibly could have did it. And um, with each time or each rep that I did, it got faster and faster, and then my fifth one was actually the fastest out of all 5 runs.
Right.
So that was really interesting.
Right. Which is it doesn't match what the standard
Mhm.
mainstream training is, because
Yeah.
if you're using muscle, the ATP will deplete, then
Hmm.
of course you're going to be slower. But no, you're actually faster.
Hmm.
Well, that's really exciting. And we also did the film study of your approaches,
Yeah.
and we went over the joint angles. Was
Hmm.
those helpful for you to see how you did your 2.2 versus the 2.25?
Yeah, yeah, it was very helpful. Like you could clearly see the difference, and that's definitely something that I'm gonna be looking out for.